This call is now being recorded.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah, We high time, high tech over here. But it's your boy Jay Wright, editor-in-chief of B.E.24 magazine, gladly sitting on the line with one of B magazine's favorite ladies, Miss D.Woods. What's cracking?
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for having me.
Oh, of course. Thanks for talking to us and always showing us the love that you have since even Danity Kane times. So we appreciate you. So I know you're gearing up. Say it one more time.
I said, what's on your mind?
Yes, well, you are gearing up for a lot of things. We know you've had mixtapes come out, so we just really want to talk about the life and times of D.Woods and where you want to take the music and the movement.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it is a movement. And, you know, it's so funny, I was watching the BET Hip-Hop Awards, and they were like, yeah, let's retire the word movement. And I was like, no, you can't. Because that's basically what it is. You know, I've started my own label, Wood Grain Entertainment, and it is somewhat of a movement because it's an independent movement and, you know, very you know, connected to my fans, very grassroots, you know what I'm saying, and just really getting out there and putting, like, the kind of music that I really feel passionate about and the kind of performances, because I'm a very performance and visual-driven type of artist. So even when I'm in the studio and I'm writing a song, I'm already thinking about how I would perform it on stage and what the video would look like. So, you know, I try to create like a full, you know, all-encompassing type of experience when you're listening to the music and when you're in a show, you attend a show of mine. And with that, like, that's what I put into it. But then I like the feedback from the audience and the fan base, and it's like a give and take, you know. So I get inspired by you guys, and hopefully I'm inspiring you guys, and we can just keep it moving, you know, and just keep building and keep creating, you know, a great, you know, snowball effect and experience, you know.
Right.
That's what I try to do.
Absolutely. And before we get into kind of where you want to take the new music, kind of tell us a little bit of your background and when you started in music and how you first got your passion for, you know, performing and all of that.
Well, it goes back to the late 1980s.
80s, baby.
Right. When, my mother put me in dance school when I was like 2 and 3 years old. My first recital, you know, I was 3 years old, and she was just really, and she tells a story to people, and it's funny, because she thought that, you know, oh, the rehearsals are going too late, she's going to be cranky, she's going to be tired, and I just was in it, loving it, like, no, you know, let me get back out there, I want to do it again, you know. So it kind of started from there, and, you know, I continued in dance, I continued into theater, doing dramatic and musical theater. I went to Tri-Cities High School here in Atlanta, and I attended there, and I was a dance major and just crossed over into the theater program there too. Performed in a lot of the theater houses here in Atlanta, 14th Street Playhouse, Alliance Theater, and 7 Stages and Little 5 Points. I was a part of the Freddie Hendrix Youth Ensemble of Atlanta, where we performed everywhere, in the park, in the street, in the theater. We was performing, we was putting out, you know, our heart and soul on stage, and, you know, we took it around the country. We took it as far as, you know, South Africa and Holland.
Wow.
And this is all before we graduated from high school. and also, like, simultaneously, I became very, what's the word, just involved and intrigued by the whole music industry because there's so many people who graduated from Tri-Cities that are, like, Grammy Award-winning platinum-selling artists and producers. So it was kind of like you had no choice but to kind of fall into it if it's meant for you. So I started getting into the studio at, 14 and was recording and writing songs, and it just was, art was all around me, so driving passion and it's kept on until now.
Right. And we actually saw a big transition from you, from going from Danity Kane and then dropping mixtapes like Independence Day. So kind of define what you want your music to encompass moving forward.
Well, when you said it was like maybe for you guys it was a big transition, but what I feel like is more of a big reveal of who I really am. Like, I wasn't really able to be my whole full self,
Right.
It was just one little, half of bar verse that I could sing, or maybe I could sneak on stage without somebody saying something to me with what I wanted to wear, and
right.
And it was just not a whole lot of room to be myself and express myself. I get eyes cut at me if I'm answering too many questions in an interview. So what you guys started hearing on like the Independence Day mixtapes and this Lady in the Street, it's just more of a exploration because I feel like, I can. I don't have anything stopping me. I have nothing stopping me, and I feel like it's better for me to test out what I'm capable of and grow, as an artist, through these through these mixtapes or whatever. So it's still high energy, it's still dance oriented, but I'm sure you're hearing different like genres of music being mixed and whatnot. So like I'm very I'm very eclectic. At the end of the day, I don't really like putting the label of pop, R&B, hip hop, whatever. It's kind of like whatever the track that I hear or whatever the idea that I have, that it kind of tells me what kind of music it's going to be. But it's always going to be jamming. You're always going to have some type of, it's going to be a story, or it's going to be a feeling that I'm, creating, because that's how it comes to me,
Right.
There's a song, like I have a song on the mixtape, well, the title track, Lady in the Street, like, I need, like, something that, and I was, talking to the producer, Miko, and how we came up with the record. I came in to work with him after he worked with Mika Moons, My Girls Club.